What's good, y'all? It's your boy Murdock. This is the PreGame podcast. Next.
All right, man. Season 5, episode 36. We are sitting down with Indianapolis legends. You know what I mean? Continuing this crazy summer of fire interviews.
We on a run.
For sure. Man, every week.
Here.
With that being said, listen, we got Mr. Making It Make Sense in the building with us, Anthony Murdock II, for those that know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where can everybody find? It's weird if they don't follow you, but where can everybody find you, man?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at amurdock_II. That's AMURDOCK_II. Your boys, the new and improved version. Shout out to the PreGame podcast. Shout out to the PreGame podcast. If you podcasting and you ain't podcasting like the PreGame, stop podcasting. Shout out to the PreGame podcast.
Find another hobby.
We got a Murdock stamp. That's crazy.
Let's go.
He trying to get to the beginning of the show. He
No.
want the early strip. He did a drop.
Oh, man, I want to be at the beginning so bad. Nah, I meant that, though. Shout out to the PreGame.
Nah, man. Shout out to Murdock, man. We actually had Murdock on the season
4, probably 4 or 3. One of those
Season
two.
4, right before the pandemic, that December, man. And at that point, he was doing a moment with Murdock.
Yes, sir.
His speaker
I got
series that
something
he
for
was
y'all on
doing.
that.
Yeah, for sure. And so, ever since the relationship has grown, man, it's been amazing watching Murdock become a true community figure, leader in the city of Indianapolis, man. It's a blessing to have him here. Give a round of applause for Anthony Murdock, man, because
Appreciate y'all.
this is an important interview. It's monumental because he's doing something that I believe at his age. I don't want to offend anybody that maybe operate in this space, the same space that he's in, but he has built his own community cultural center for Black people in the heart of Indianapolis, in a historical neighborhood in Indianapolis that once then was surrounded or was for Black community members. So we're gonna be talking about that today. But first and foremost, before we get into all that, let's do the pregame pop quiz.
Important. I would like to hear your question next. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So, it's all said and done. It's time to make the movie. Who's going to play you?
And I should be prepared because you've asked this a number of different times.
I got to
That's
ask
one.
it at this
Yep.
point.
Who's going to play me? Who's going to play me?
They can't let Dan Kaluuya play you, bro. I won't allow it.
You're a comedian.
I won't allow it.
We ain't even go. Yeah, you're a comedian.
What?
Nah, my girl said Michael B. Jordan could play me.
That's love.
So I'm
Is he gonna
gonna
do it? Is he gonna do a good job, Murdock? Is he gonna do a good job?
No, I
though?
hear you. I don't know.
You know what I mean?
See, but here's the funny part about that. I can choose
Somebody
somebody.
Michael B. Jordan be Denzel so
But,
bad. He's
no,
not.
right. But the thing about it is, Bentu gonna have the last word on who plays me.
Okay,
in the
understood.
movie.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So
We
I'ma
hear
just-
you, Mrs. Murdock.
Sure
I
enough.
got you.
He a comedian.
Michael B. Jordan, it is what it is.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know if anybody gonna get any awards for it though. You want somebody to get some awards from Murdock? Maybe, I don't know. Might be somebody else.
All right. So your dream ribbon cutting ceremony, you know what I'm saying? Who's the performance after the event opens up?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I know who some of your favorites are, but
Yeah,
they might
about
not
it
fit.
last time.
One of them does, though.
I mean, Fred Hammond will be great, but honestly, the energy I'm probably gonna be coming for a ribbon cutting, I need Meek. I need Meek to come through, do Ready or Not. He got to open up a Ready or Not.
Wow,
Dream
Meek
Chasers
gonna
2,
come through?
Ready or Not. Need that.
Wow.
Need
Yeah.
that.
Mix the
Murdock
energy.
is legit a Meek fan.
Yeah,
he
huge.
is.
Huge.
The latest single's fire though.
Oh, absolutely
For sure.
fantastic.
Yeah. Him
Yes.
and Travis Scott was about to scuffle a couple of days ago, apparently.
They were.
Yeah.
We don't care about Travis. Nobody
Yeah.
care about Travis over here.
They said, Travis said, look at your shoes.
Yeah.
Yo, you know who else I might want though?
Who's that?
I got to get my boy Double A up there too.
Oh, for sure. That's
Oh,
family.
yeah.
I'm
for
saying,
sure. That's
yeah,
family.
he would be fire. He would be fire too. Relationship goes way back. So
That's family.
That's real, man. Question for you real quick.
Yeah,
you know,
dog.
it's a little deeper, but how much have you grown, you know what I mean, as a leader since the last time we had you on the show?
I like that.
So to answer that question, growth is rooted in uncomfortability. I am much more uncomfortable today than I was the last time I came on a podcast. And that I don't know how to quantify that, But I do understand that from the last time to this time, I have grown to understand how little I know. And that makes me more excited to learn each and every day. And I think that's the symbol of growth. Wisdom is not knowing how much you do know. It's about understanding the word of knowledge you've yet to find. And so that's how I know I've grown, because I'm not walking in here saying I'm qualified because I know everything. I'm walking in here saying I'm on this stage thanks to humility, thanks to grace, and by understanding that my story is my greatest asset because I got so much more life to live.
Hey, man, Murdock in the building.
He had a word
if
for
you
y'all.
don't know, yeah,
That's what that was.
he's here now.
Okay.
That was fire.
It's
Phenomenal.
hard not to support dudes like this.
For sure.
No, I appreciate y'all.
You're talking to a real historical figure.
Please, no scandals.
And he going to be in books
sir.
in about 30 years.
Please don't make a fool out of me, Murdock.
Why?
Yeah, please.
I would be
Do
so
not
mad.
end up on TMZ.
Gotta do the,
I would be so mad.
We'll have to take his picture. You got to take his picture down the
that's
crib.
it. They say, yeah, Murdock was embezzling that.
You were
that,
supposed
to-
that center money.
You were supposed to bring balance to the force, not destroy it. You
one.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Wow.
Hey, can I be real about that, Tata?
What's up?
I know that wasn't a question, but that's part of what keeps me humble.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my girl tells me a lot. And shout out to my girl. Shout out to Bintu. You know what I'm saying? She's my best friend.
Shoot in the gym.
And this, Doc.
Gotta shoot in the gym.
And,
Shoot in
and
the
it's a
gym.
situation where over the last 18 months, she's went from just being my girl. She is my best friend, my confidant. I have conversations with her. She sees me in ways I don't even want to see myself.
Sleep in your eye.
You see what I'm saying, Doc?
Slob on the side of
You
your
see
mouth.
what I'm saying, Doc? And I share that just because I stay humble because I know the position that I'm in, and I'm far from the best, right? I'm not the answer to anybody's question, but I do understand that I have knowledge to share, and people look at me for certain reasons, and I don't take that lightly. And so when you say, don't jack this up, I tell myself that every morning. Don't jack up what you got because it's not for you. It's for people who look at you and say, yo, because I saw that, I can do this. That's why I consider y'all big bros. Because y'all don't do what y'all do just off the strength of you. I'm finna get on here. No, y'all are inspiring.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate you, bro.
I just want to make sure I said that too.
No, for real. No, and we don't expect you to be perfect. You're a human. Just
For
don't
sure.
embezzle any money.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No. If you stealing money from $1 billion corporation, I won't think no different of you. Okay?
I don't do that.
As
Murdock
long
does
as you're not like
I don't do none of that.
killing people or
I don't do
nothing,
none
you
of
know
that.
what
You
I'm saying?
cool with the white collar crime.
absolute white collar crime is cool.
I ain't committing no crimes. I ain't committing no
Yeah.
crimes.
Now don't like steal from no poor people. That like all right, but you can steal from a billionaire.
Yeah,
you can
don't
steal
go-
from.
yeah, don't
you can steal
frankly-
from Bill Gates.
Don't Franklin Saint the homeless shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go in there kick
Well,
everybody
I
out because it's yours.
Are you Franklin Saint?
Why did he do that?
I was like, no.
My favorite part is that he didn't
Murdock
answer.
II. My name is Anthony Murdock. Shut up. My name is Anthony Murdock II. I'm a purpose-driven, action-oriented servant leader and proud product of Indianapolis,
Built
Indiana.
this shit brick
I
by
ain't got
brick.
nothing to do
Yeah.
with Franklin Saint.
With cocaine, with crack cocaine.
No, I ain't doing none of that.
That's what Franklin says too, though, bro.
Yep.
I don't. Why y'all doing this to me?
I'm just a businessman.
Yeah. I'm about my business.
Honestly, that would you would be even.
It would actually elevate you if you happen to.
Yo,
That'd be
another
crazy.
piece though. To that point, and I'm gonna get serious for a second.
Please
I was
do.
having a conversation with my girl, right? And a lot of there's people that she knows that think that's what I do. Because it's so hard for people to conceptualize
What you're
me
doing.
moving the way that I do
Yeah.
and doing the things that I do. And I understand they don't mean that in a negative way, but we got to take a step back and think how deep that is.
Yeah.
Like you got to be doing something illegal to be moving the way that you move. Because that's how hard it is for someone to be black in these divided states of America. To pursue your dreams and dream by any means, you've got to be something that, man, that's crazy. So as funny as it is, it keeps me humble because I'm like, I know people looking for me to slip up. I know people looking for me to do something stupid. I know people looking for me to do something in a way that they didn't think I was going to do it, but I just got to do it because I'm going to just do it. Shout out to Cole.
Hey, man, shout out to J. Cole. Shout out to Murdock, man.
Shout out to Cole.
That's
Also,
a
though-
real piece there, man.
Caught me slipping one time. So what?
Wow. Killing me.
I'm saying, I guess you get a mulligan. That's what the
You
rapper
do get
say.
one mulligan for sure.
Now, with that
Aubrey.
being said, man, let's get right into the interview.
Yeah.
Anthony Murdock II here, man. First order of business, as always, I'll try to get straight to it for everybody. You're building this cultural center.
Yeah.
Please tell us where it's going to be located,
Yep.
why you decided to do this, and what have you been doing with all this time that you've been working to then present this to the community?
Absolutely. 1145 East 22nd Street, Indianapolis, Indiana 46202. Again, 1145 East 22nd Street, Indianapolis, Indiana 46202. The first ever Make It Make Sense Center is located inside the Hillside Exchange. The Hillside Exchange is a building dedicated to living, banking, eating, co-working, loving, living black. And I consider it an incredible opportunity for the first center to be there. When it comes to what we've been doing, I got to take y'all back to when it first started.
Please
you know
do.
what I'm saying? So I got a tour to shout out to Cameron Harris.
Real
Shout out
nigga.
to
Shout
Cam
out to
Harris.
Cameron Harris.
GH.
Shout out to Cameron Harris. Got a tour from that brother way back in the day, and since that day, things have never been the same. Walked me through the building, all 17,000 square feet, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And I
Yeah.
was excited. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I get excited. I'm excited on this interview right now, and I got to talking about what was possible. And I said, and I came from a business incubation perspective, because y'all know what I do with black businesses. And I was like, yo, we could have a seminar here about legal formation. We could have a conversation here about marketing. We could have a conversation here about finances. We have a conversation here about mental health and self-care, because every entrepreneur needs a therapist, especially when you black, because you got generational curses on your back. I said, this is what we can bring to life. And they was like, of all the people that we done brought through this space so far, ain't nobody came from that particular direction. And I said, well, I'm glad I'm here today. So finished the tour, said it was fire. Not a week later, they reach out. They being Raleigh Area Development Corporation, the CDC that owns the building.
D. Riley.
Precisely.
Those Rileys.
Those Rileys. And they said, yo, there's an opportunity for partnership, you know, for co-working and business incubation. And I said, well, what does that mean? Because again, I'm 24 years old at this point. You know, I don't know what that means, what that looks like.
Y'all
I mean,
trying
I
to sign
know.
me to a 360?
Listen. And we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Raleigh
about that
Money
a little bit
Records.
later. But you know, we talked through what those terms look like and what that could be, and we still trying to kind of work that out. But they said we really don't want to work with you and give you more space to make it make sense. And that's where it started. So immediately after that tour, brought through, thanks to Cam. Cam gave 50 tours in the month of October.
Yeah.
Black
Working.
businesses from all across the city. I was like, Cam, I want to bring 3 or 4 people through today. Say less, Murdock, 11 to 12. Hey, Cam, I want to bring through 5 or 6 people today. Say less, 2 to 3. And we did it day
Shout out to Cam
after
Harris,
day
man.
after day after day. We getting qualitative data. We're getting quantitative data. We're getting perspectives. We're getting insights. We're getting all of that. And they like, yo, y'all got real possibility here. And I said, well, shoot, if the people like it, then I love it. And so, like I said, that was probably October. And so since I'd say end of October, beginning of November 2020 to, what's today's date?
July
11? July,
12th,
when does it drop?
maybe. This will
It's
be
gonna drop.
out
This will be out the Wednesday. of the
Wednesday's
week,
probably the
so
14th?
14th.
Yeah, so from November 2020 to July 14, 2021, we've been making it make sense every step of the way. And I'm going to keep it 1,000. I ain't known what the hell I've been doing the whole time. That's part of the reason why I talked about it so many times before on social media and in person. It's stressful, but it's a blessing to be stressed over blessings.
Yep.
And I'm stressing over blessings. And it's a blessing to be stressed over blessings. And I've been stressed over big and bigger blessings since November of 2020. So we've been making it make more sense every day. And that's going from, okay, what does it mean to have your first commercial spot? Because I bought the first crib when I was 20. So I got into the residential space at 20. 25, I'm in a commercial space. That's a whole different game.
Different game.
So I've been trying to navigate that, right? I started looking at, shout out to Nipsey, you know what I'm saying? Vector 90. You know, his co-working space out in Crenshaw inspired what the Make It Make Sense Center looks like. And I said, I can learn about this co-working business incubation sector, But I got to learn straight from the black folks who've been doing this work across the country. So I talked to 25 founders across the country who got co-working spaces doing business incubation. Like, how does a brother do it? That's what I've been doing for the last 9 months. And in the last 9 months, bringing it home, I said, how do I take what I've been doing? Right? I've been connecting people to attorneys. I've been connecting people to accountants. I've been connecting people to content creators. I've been connecting people to therapists. Right? Business incubation didn't start this Monday. We've been incubating businesses since 2017. We've been giving black kids in college scholarships. We've been coming alongside businesses doing strategic development. We've been coming alongside black businesses. But I said, now that I got a space, how do we form exactly? How do we formulate it?
Amplify.
So now we don't have one program, not 2 programs. We got 6 programs. Right? It's no more just email connections. Hey, yo, I know this attorney. Hey, yo, I know this accountant.
Pull up.
No, at facts. That's why we having a summit, which you're going to talk about in a second, too.
I want you to speak to the barriers that are going to be removed from individuals who are thinking about becoming entrepreneurs or thinking about becoming creatives. Can you please speak to the center's ability to remove barriers? You had a tweet about that this week, and you talked about how you're sick of the disrespect.
Yeah, man.
That black leaders or black, man. I don't want to say call them black creators have to go through. Yeah. And now you're trying to then eliminate. Can you just speak to that,
Let me take you back to the tweet, bro. Let me take you back to the tweet. I had a meeting that morning. And it was one of them connection meetings. I said that, yo, you're somebody who got resources people could benefit from. Let's talk that talk, see how we can connect. I get into the meeting. I said it. I have my P's and my Q's. I have my T's crossed and my I's dotted. And folks still had ABC to say about 1, 2, 3 things that had nothing at all to do with anything about my business but the blackness on my skin. And I said, this is why folks are going to business. Because if you the first person I had to talk to try to start the dream by any means, you just killed my dream. Because it's too fragile of a stage. So when you talk about what does a Make Sense Center do to help break down those barriers? Barriers some of us don't even know exist till we get into those buildings that are locked for more often than us. What does it do? One, it's a culturally competent space. When you walk in this, people underestimate the value of walking into black spaces, and those spaces were meant for blackness. I think the heart of liberation is not just racial equity or diversity, equity, and inclusion hires or changing the culture of an institution. Do you know what liberation looks like, my brother? Do you know what liberation looks like, brother? You know what liberation looks like?
I do not.
Liberation looks like centralizing the black experience. We walk into rooms consistently and constantly saying, what must I do to conform to make somebody else comfortable? Liberation, freedom sits in the idea of saying, when I walk into this space, it was built for me. And not just me on my good days, not just me on my cleaned up days, not just me on the days where I knew this was going to be one of my days, but this space was built for me on the worst of the worst. And to not just be black, but to be a black side hustler. 1 in 3 people in this country have a side hustle. 46% of those people started those side hustles because they needed more passive income. I hate giving out statistics because I'm speaking to statistics. I've been seen as a statistic my whole life, so I hate giving out statistics. So I'm not going to give statistics on black folks, but y'all know them numbers is higher. It's not just about being black. You need a side hustle too. And how dare these systems that do justice for the criminals in gray suits and crispy white shirts necessitate we need more income, but don't let us come in to build our businesses. The Make Center was made for you, black side hustler. The Make Sense Center was made for you, that person that spent 4 or 5 years in college to get a job that never came. And now you working at Jimmy John's making speedy, fast deliveries, and you ain't having no delivery coming fast from that student debt. The Make Sense Center was made for you. Because when you, my bad, bro, I'm getting excited.
No, this is fire.
I hope you didn't go college working at Jimmy John's.
No, but that's real. People got that though.
I'll help you out. We can get you something.
We can make it make sense. You making sandwiches.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Jimmy John's fire.
Get your money.
Shout out to the Kicking Ranch.
Get your money. That was rude of me.
There's a nigga right
Shout
now
out to the
driving a
Kicking
Jimmy
Ranch.
John's car, pissed at you. Right. You got me fucked up. I don't want to do this
to
so
that
much
J.
longer.
Cole line.
Can't be sweeping no Wendy's.
Can't be out here mopping the Wendy's. I work at Wendy's.
Yep.
I apologize. If that's your shit,
Freaky fast.
yeah, get your money.
They're going to pull up. They're going to spin the block on you quickly.
Literally.
And they can very
Quite
fast.
literally.
Expeditiously.
Easy mail.
But the point, to get back to your question, the point is the Make It Make Sense Center is a space for us to co-work, to community build, to tell our stories.
And be
it's
yourself.
a culturally competent, equitable, accessible space that says this space was made for you, Black Side Hustler. So instead of you having to continue to search for the attorney, we bring the attorney to you. Instead of you having to continue to search for the videographer, the photographer, we bring them to you. Instead of you having to find the Black therapist that seemingly don't exist, here's 5 or 6 to choose from. That's how we break down those barriers down.
How do I get involved with the Cultural Center? Is there application? What can I do to benefit from these resources? How can I get in touch?
Yeah, make sure y'all slide to the grand opening. That was probably 2 days before this drop, so we can't go back in time. But if this drops on Wednesday, that means tonight we are having a seminar with Black and HR Indy about how to market your side hustle. So pull up tonight or pull up tomorrow and talk about how to make the hustle make sense as we talk to Black accountants.
Okay, Murdock, give us the rollout.
For sure.
What can we expect? I know this is a Wednesday episode, but you've already told us some things off the air.
Yeah.
What can we expect this month or this week coming up with the Make It Make Sense
Yes,
Center?
sir.
Bringing more awareness for the city in regards to your establishment. What we got?
No, that's fantastic. So like I said, Monday we started with the grand opening. Shout out to the PreGame podcast for pulling up. You see, the beauty of a great relationship is I can speak about the past. I can speak about the future from the present about something that supposedly happened in the past because I know boys going to pull up. So Monday had an incredible grand opening. Wednesday, we're coming in and talking about marketing. Thursday, we're talking about accounting. Friday, we're talking about mental health. Because like I said, if you Black and you an entrepreneur, you got generational curses on your back and you need people to be there for you mentally and emotionally to work through that. So Friday, we bringing in the mental health advocates. And then Saturday, the first ever $3 in a Dream convention. All right, on Saturday, we bringing together local Black-owned clothing brands from the city, of the city, to provide a platform. And it's not just your typical vendor experience, but we're also providing education for 2 hours to precede the shopping, to precede the music, to precede the food. We're talking to folks about how do you actually have an incredible campaign, an incredible rollout.
Is that shirt going to be there? I want that shirt.
Absolutely. Shout out to Retro K. It's actually going to be her first ever vendor appearance, and she's coming to $3 in a drink. I want to make sure I shout out my boy Isaac from Hook Clothing and 3 Stacks Manufacturing. He's the partner for this apparel incubation program. $3 and a dream. All we have is $1 and a dream, shout out to Cole. But because of 3 Stacks Manufacturing, we got $3 in that dream. And like I said, it's about educating. It's about exposing. It's about equipping. We going to educate you during this session. Shout out to Mike G. Shout out to CP. Shout out to Monty from Melly. And shout out to Isaac from Hook Clothing. We going to talk to y'all for 2 hours.
Superstar panel.
Quite literally, 2 hours, 30 sessions per person, talking about how to build that brand. And then for another 3 hours after that, we actually bringing through the city to purchase, to buy, to love on, to live in proximity to beautiful and bold Blackness.
Again,
that's what we got coming this week.
So now you listen to history being made, right? You know, and I know I'm a natural gasser. You know, that's what I do. My friends know.
Hyperbole is your middle name.
For sure. But think about the impact this is going to have, you know what I'm saying, on the city of Indianapolis. And Murdock is the man behind this at 25 years old. So it's important that we support. It's important that we go. That we continue to talk about the Cultural Center.
This nigga dies in every interview he has.
He all right.
He just drinking. His throat doesn't work.
It's just the hard cider. That's all, guys.
Get your arms up, man. Put your arms up.
Hey, can I say something to that, though? Let me say that something real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick. The last time I came on here, I had talked about how I didn't want to run for a political office because all the brothers I knew who I look up to that ran for political offices got assassinated.
Oh, for sure.
And I said, like, that's not what I want to do.
You change your mind?
Something that, no.
Okay.
More
I want to feel good about who I'm voting for.
I was like, no, I that has not changed. But what I did want to say to what you just said,
yeah.
And y'all can appeal to this, right? I'm not the only person behind it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ken. Every one of them programs that we have, all 6 of them programs, come through partnership. You know, and
nobody
I know
does a week of events by themselves.
Quite literally. And more than a week of events, but what makes that center go round day to day to day don't just happen for me. You feel me? And if it did, all folks had to do was knock me off the block, tweet something that wasn't true, write an article that wasn't true. You know, someone had to not like me, tell somebody else that don't like me, put me on a podcast like this, and it would be over. But this Murdock's about we and not me, and there's not a moment I spend not thinking about us. It would be stupid of me to set up a system rooted in one person. So it's built. You talk about brick by brick. Those bricks are built laterally first before it's vertically. And there's so many people who invested at the bottom that helped make this what it is. You know what I'm saying? The culture's behind this because the culture is what made it what it was. Like I said, shout out to Cam. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know we can't talk too much about that right now, but shout out to y'all. Shout out to Isaac.
Sure.
Shout out. I mean, it's a lot of people that are involved with bringing this to fruition. So I wanted to make sure that I really made that clear too.
Again, this is phenomenal. I want to ask you though. So after this particular week, is this something where can I pull up whenever?
Absolutely.
Okay, and it's a public place for me to go.
Yes, sir.
A space. Can I expect Murdock to be there?
Absolutely. Go. Okay. I actually moved my home office to the space.
Okay.
So like I'm no longer even operating out of my home. I have moved to the.
I live here now.
What are the operation hours, Murdock?
9 to. I gotta check that.
9 to when I feel like going home.
On me, for real. Because the thing
9
about
to 1,
it is,
we closed on Monday.
No, but for real, 9 to 8. And then,
wow, okay.
And it's a co-working space, so you can come and be able to build that. But I want to tell y'all, go to sidehustleeconomy.net. It's got all the information that you need to know. Sidehustleeconomy.net. Because that's what we're building. We are building the side hustle economy. We're not just servicing black entrepreneurs because people are servicing black entrepreneurs. Shout out to Kelly. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about venture capital, that's serving black entrepreneurs. Shout out to Kepper Institute. They're serving black entrepreneurs. Man, shout out to people who are now understanding that entrepreneurship is a great way to building generational wealth. They're not even talking to entrepreneurs. They're talking to W-2 folks saying, hey, consider starting a side hustle. What we found was we don't want to remake the wheel, right? We want to either help wheels move smoother or serve a part of the vehicle that people are ignoring.
Checking the side view mirror.
Come on, Doc. And what I understood
your side view's
was,
out, brother.
Come on, Doc. And people didn't think the side view mirror was essential. People didn't think you needed that to drive. But black side hustlers drive the culture. Time and time and time again. And so I said, how are the people driving the culture not intentionally being served? And so I said, that's why we created the Make It Make Sense Center. It was made for the black side hustler.
That's real.
You got an iconic photo in front of the sign with the broom.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Out there cleaning up the community.
Get that frame.
With his bare hands.
Get that frame.
And I want to speak
the beater
to
on, like a father.
I want to speak to what Murdock mentioned about our partnership, the PreGame podcast,
Let's talk through it, Doc.
and the Cultural Center. So we will be embarking on a journey in which we'll try to put together a curriculum for individuals interested in podcasting. So we're looking at holding quarterly events, throughout this year that will then turn into a curriculum that you can then download and have so that you can become a great podcast. Not saying that we're great, not saying that I know it all because I don't. But Murdock approached me in the summertime and said, hey, come check out this space I'm working on. I said, wow, this is crazy. What can we do? He said, look at it this way. Let's get back to community. Let's get back to individuals interested already or a part of the podcast community and make it make sense. And so Murdock always says, and so here we are. So please be on the lookout for that. Again, we'll be working and operating this space often. I'll say this, we're going to have our live show. We haven't had a live show in a long time, but it will be at the Make It Make Sense Center. So already, right, Murdock is working behind the scenes, establishing great partnerships, and doing everything he can to bring awareness and help this center thrive. So all you have to do is pull up and support.
That's all you got to do. And I want to make sure I say this too. We started the center for a lot of different reasons, but we're not charging people to come and use our services. You see, the co-working model is rooted in membership, right? It's you got to pay $100, you got to pay $50, $150 just to get the code to get into the building.
Right.
Everything is free. That's what I told the building off the root of the partnership. I said, if we're going to make this make sense, the culture ain't set up to pay for.
You can't pay for your side hustle.
You see where I'm coming from, Doc?
Yeah.
And so we said all of that is free. So whether we're talking about the podcast incubation program with PreGame, and whether we're talking about the apparel incubation program with Hood Clothing and 3 Stacks Manufacturing, whether we're talking about the side hustle bootcamp program, or we're talking about the purpose statement building program, or we're talking about PMO's Powerpreneur Development Program, or we're talking about those services, we ain't charging y'all for that. We're saying come and get what you need, because once you invest in your people, that stuff comes right back. You know what I'm saying? People talk about group economics and all that, but they just use the term but don't understand the value. When you invest in other people, it comes back to you tenfold.
So essentially you have a nonprofit here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Literally.
Quite literally.
For sure. That's a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Already.
Literally.
If you are hearing this and you have an idea or a dream and you want to see it through, you need to pull up to the Make It Make Sense Center and get the help and resources that you need so that you can become amazing.
For sure.
And take that dream as far as you want to take it. That's crazy. Last thing, man, there's a way to donate. I'm sure there's multiple ways to donate, but you have something rolling out with another black-owned business in the city that we can actually contribute to and help out to make it make sense. Anyone talk about that?
No, absolutely. So, man, that's where I came. Shout out to the PreGame podcast.
Donations.
Shout out to the PreGame podcast. Seriously, I apologize for that delay. These guys are incredible. If you listen, I'm serious. The PreGame podcast is like none other. They are like none other. Shout out to the big bros. But nah, we officially are dropping a milkshake. The Brown Sugar Black Love Milkshake this Friday, July 16th.
It sounds so good.
Say that one more time. Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar Black Love Milkshake
I'm going
drops
to get it
this
and
Friday.
I'm going to take a picture kissing my wife drinking it. I got to.
Yeah, Friday, July
That's crazy,
16th.
man.
Shout out to the black-owned milkshake bar, Gordon's Milkshakes on McShake. All right, shout out to him on Mass Ave. The Brown Sugar Black Love Milkshake drops on Friday. The proceeds from that shake go straight to the Make It Make Sense Center. I don't touch $1.
How long do we have?
I think it's 2 weeks.
Okay.
Wow.
2 weeks, Doc.
Get that
2 weeks.
BSB.
What are the ingredients, Murdock? I mean, of course, brown sugar.
Hold
What
on,
else you
I'm
got?
about to.
It's filled with love, nigga.
Of course, black love. But hold on. I
Black
want to know the
love.
Yeah, with
Literally,
the whipped
we made a
cream on
sticker.
top.
We actually made a sticker to make sure that people know what they're getting. So hold on, I'm about to check and look at it right now. So it's obviously brown sugar. It's cinnamon rolls.
Ooh.
Pecans.
Okay.
Some more brown sugar. And then caramel drizzle.
Okay. Starbucksy.
But Spartus don't get no love here. Go to Cleo's or go to Tease Me.
Real talk.
Yes, sir.
And then a whole lot of black love. So like I said, it drops on Friday, July the 16th. Shout out to Dex for coming through with a video. Shout out to Carl Gordon for an incredible establishment.
Shout out to homie Carl. We were just there for the referee episode.
Yep, absolutely fantastic. Literally left there from the video to come here. So again, Friday, July 16th, Brown Sugar Black Love Milkshake drops. The proceeds go to the Make It Make Sense Center. But it gets better. On Saturday, July the 17th, at the first ever $3 in a Dream convention. If you are a black clothing brand, register to be a vendor. Why should you register to be a vendor? Because we're going to educate, equip, and we're going to expose. But we're also going to enter you into a raffle. And the winning business gets their own milkshake Gordons, and all those proceeds go to your business too. $3,000, literally.
We got clothing?
Literally.
Wow.
If you are a vendor at the first ever $3 in a Dream convention, you will be entered into a raffle to have your own milkshake at Gordon's. And just like the proceeds went to us, the proceeds are going to go to you.
We couldn't win. It'd be a scandal. That'd be your first scandal.
No,
if we won.
I didn't
No,
give
it
to the
wouldn't.
pregame.
Nah.
They just on the show earlier.
Nobody
had a chance to win with them anyway.
But seriously, shout out to my boy Isaac. Make sure y'all register
That's
if you're a
tight,
clothing
man.
vendor.
Very
You're going to
cool.
be entered to get your own milkshake. And then the last piece about the donation, the website. Like I said, sidehustleeconomy.net. Sidehustleeconomy.net. Make sure you sign up for the email list because we consistently give updates about events, about times or what we donate and support because we must invest in
This
our
nigga
own.
got a milkshake. That's tight.
It's crazy. I
It's
want to
gonna-
say this
my
too.
kids are going to be pissed because we're going. I don't care what y'all want. You're getting the
You're
brown
getting
sugar,
the brown sugar black
milkshake.
love.
I want that. I want the
It is
peach cobbler.
Four of them.
No, brown
Run it
sugar,
up.
black love.
4, please. Right.
So I'll say this, man, and for those that are looking for help or looking for different strategies in regards to your business, please seek out Anthony Murdock II. I've been working with Murdock behind the scenes. We've had a couple a couple phone calls, a couple conferences
Well, I
where
bet
he
y'all niggas
said
be talking.
it's ridiculous.
I bet y'all
We be building.
communicating.
We be building.
Ears be on fire.
It's
We be
ridiculous.
Woo-wee.
But he's someone who said, okay, well, have you thought about this way?
If they phones operate on minutes, niggas have to put some more money on this shit. For sure.
Why they playing us like
My
that?
brother, I would love
Whatever.
to continue talking to you, but I've run out of minutes. And
Can you call me after 9? Like,
But he really has given me a different perspective on the pregame podcast, a different perspective on growing business, a different perspective on, trying to figure out what's best to do with your passion. And so sometimes it's hard for us as black men and black women to find out there's resources, to figure out who is that leader that's going to have my back or who's going to be open and honest with me about where my goals and not necessarily meet my goals. Murdock is a great resource for that. And I believe that is the PMO. Is that what that is?
What?
Connected to your business, the consulting
Yeah,
part of it.
no, I mean that's its own company, Murdock LLC. I have my own company for that. But no, PMO is a program as well,
Got you.
specifically for black college
Excuse me, you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying
how
to
do
you,
how do you keep up with all this?
well, you don't
That's
have
a real
cable.
question.
I learned he ain't
Is
got
that a
cable.
real cable? You don't have cable.
No,
No.
I don't really watch TV. I ain't got a TV in the crib.
Oh,
in your whole house at all. Not a television.
No, sir.
he
Poor Ben,
focused,
too.
man.
No, sir.
That poor woman. She can't even watch Real Housewives of
focused.
She
Atlanta.
got her own crib. She
I
got
said,
her
Murdock,
own
I'm
crib.
watching the
She can't
game.
even come over and watch Real Housewives with you.
I said, you
He's
watching
a
the game?
trip.
Nah, I don't have cable, brother.
I don't have a television set.
Y'all are a trip. No, I had one, and I actually gave it to her. So she got 2 TVs in her crib.
Gotcha.
You'd be ashamed of me, the amount of screens in this mug.
No, I can't do it.
But listen, with that being said, man, again, man, seek out
See your
Anthony
dummy
Murdock.
box over there, brother. Get rid of them dummy boxes.
If you, yeah, for
He called them dummy boxes.
Murdock see cable get shit.
Yeah.
Wasting your time. Wasting your
How's it come back
How
to
you gonna
Doc?
improve your community watching TV?
You're not. I'll tell you now, you're not.
on that.
Y'all are comedians.
He'd be ashamed of me. He would look at me with disgust as much as I'd be on
No,
that game.
I won't. No. It's just.
It just be the corner.
No, I want it.
This is a sick Negro.
No. It's really sick Negro. It's really off the strength of just time. Like
I
you
feel
said.
you.
Yeah,
Now, you
that's
don't,
true.
there's no way you can watch TV. You won't be as good as you are.
It's
That's
so
true.
Much, it's so much. And I'm not the best. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I know we closing it, so I ain't trying to tax the time. All I'm saying is when you connect me, I'm gonna connect you with more resources. There's definitely things I can share with you and tell you, but something I tell all my clients is that the work that we do, I'm not showing you anything you didn't have inside yourself. I'm just working with you on how to pull it out strategically.
Trying to tap into what God is
Releasing
giving you.
chi.
No, for real. Seriously, though, because a lot of people think they need something more, and it's like you got a lot more than you think you do. We've been taught to think that we're coming from a place and space of lack.
Especially in a city like this. You can,
Heck yeah.
everybody's reachable.
Man, we're the world's largest small city.
You know, everybody is reachable. You know
Absolutely.
somebody that knows that person.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're all reachable. There's some gatekeepers up there that need to be
No, you know
stopped.
what those are
You can
called?
reach them too.
Those are called overseers. Gatekeeper is too passive of a term.
Oh,
They are overseers.
overseer. nigga.
Yes,
Catch
they
a
are
Freeman.
being used. They are conduits. They are mechanisms. They are
Stevens.
vessels for racism and white supremacy. They are not gatekeepers. They are overseers. It is called the politic of the old Negro. All right, book is coming soon. It's called the politic of the old Negro.
Oh, this nigga's Arthur now too. Can't wait for that
It's
interview.
coming soon for sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna read your
wow.
book.
Oh, that's gonna be fire. You
sure.
say you didn't read that.
I'm gonna read that book.
Hey, man, go ahead and give a round of applause for Anthony Murdock II.
I love y'all, man.
Tell everybody again, Murdock, where they can find the Cultural Center. Just go through that spiel again so they understand and know. Also where they can find you. And then just remind them of the week.
Yeah. So 1145 East 22nd Street. Again, 1145 East 22nd Street in Indianapolis, Indiana, 46202. You can follow me on Instagram, @Murdock_II, and on Twitter. That's AMURDOCK_II. I'm the new and improved
It's a
version.
good size building.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's fire.
ginormous.
It's ridiculous.
We've walked it. It's
Yeah,
big.
it's
I almost
crazy.
lost my son.
It's
and we
it's
right
crazy.
upstairs. We
News
right
was
upstairs.
all over the place.
And then lastly, the week of events. Go to sidehustleeconomy.net. And I know y'all finna go to the website. Y'all gonna see the little box that says sign up for the email list, and you finna exit it out. All right, we ain't asking about cookies. We need your email because I want to give you communication. The way them logarithms work, or whatever they call algorithms.
Algorithms, yeah.
Yeah, you can't see all them posts, but these emails go straight to your inbox, and I'm not spamming you. I'm trying to give you insights to help you make sense, and sensational impact all across the census. So again, Monday we had the grand opening. Wednesday we talking to the marketers. Thursday we talking to the accountants. Friday to the mental health advocates, and then Saturday, last but not least, the first ever $3 in a Dream convention. Shout out to Cameron Harris. Shout out to Isaac Avan. Shout out to all the partners we have for the boot camp. Shout out to PM on what we doing for Black students in college. Shout out to the PreGame podcast. And shout out to y'all. All right, Murdock's about we and not me. There's not one moment I spend not thinking about us. And we bring it back Moments of Murdock August 28th live.
Oh, wow.
See y'all later.
Let's get it.
Oh, wow.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, baby.
Wow.
August 28th. Lock in.
Wow.
August 28th. Lock
There's
in.
about to be a crazy number of people there.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
A crazy number. That's
Bring it
crazy.
in.
Let's move on, man. Next.
Next.